Okay, I'm back. Right, I still need to deal with this. One of the Atalantalis is at least gone, but they're still ludicrously difficult to deal with. So I'm going to need time. Black bear over there. Did I turn past without me really noticing? Wow, that was quick. So the process of building lumberjack. I need to set you up for the child labor crew, which requires this. Everything else is just too expensive for now. The grizzly is still there. That elephant's way too tough to touch for now. It's only a little risky, but I'd like to minimize the risk as much as possible. Okay, get an initial bit of setup done.
Great Spirit and the maker of all life, a warrior goes to you swift and straight as an arrow shot into the sun. Welcome him and let him take his place at the council fire of my people. He is Uncas, my son. Tell them to be patient and ask death for speed, for they are all there, but one, I, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.
Ah, there you are. Okay. You've been building up roots. Tile's not going to be in use for a while, so. Or I could just immediately attack it and don't worry about it. Yeah, I was aware of that. The elephant was just way too big. could build a carnival, straight up, but it's better to build the elephant herd. That's why it's so good to capture the elephants. Of course. Great. Just great. Ooh, collateral damage was caused. What does that mean? Okay, so it hit the stone maceman and the spearman. Oh, right. It's gonna attack those first, isn't it? At least I'm getting confirmation that damage is being dealt. This is, in and of itself, a little good. It's not amazing, but it does indicate that, to some degree, I am getting improvements. 6 even, okay. So I want to have a better view of what's going on before I commit to anything. I could be built in a turn, so there's no reason not to. I wonder if I can convince any more of their... Just wait. Okay, so I got one of the Atalanta lists. So that's at least nice. The rate at which animals withdraw is starting to get annoying. Oh, can't attack cities. Oh, that's just great. The thing about animals is that they don't get the same upgrades that others do, so... Okay, so I can't even attack cities with this. I did not remember that, so... It's gonna be used for snatching, for dealing with the... At least trying to deal with those troops down there. I don't think I can manage much, but I might as well try. Okay, This is... Right? No, that would be 9 times 5, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. Like this. But then again, there's the question of the pulley wheel. 36 space production. This since it gives 10%. This with plus 3. That would be 4 after the mining camp gets done. And... Okay. There, that's going to be the most efficient setup. I do very much wish my influence would spread to more tiles, though. Okay, Snake Charmer, Snake Pit, Worker, Pit, and Governor's Pets. Sadly, they're healing the damage as fast as I'm dealing it. And they have a 5th troop now. Lovely. Maybe they'll move an Atalanta list. But I've been hoping that for a while, so it does seem like that's unlikely to happen. Plus, there's no point to really attacking the city until it can get its first pop-up. Until it can get to 2 population. And, well, that's probably going to take a while. Give me the full city view. Okay. 96 production. But it's not like I have anything that would increase it. Warehouse. That's new. Set buildings for now. This city needs a stone toolmaker stat. The Lichen Gatherer can be compiled into the Ancient Customs, as can the Stick Gatherer. So, I'm not going to push it any further because I'm pretty sure I'll unlock Ancient Customs soon. Yes. That's what the Heritage tech unlocks. Okay. That's not supposed to stay up. Okay, that fixed it. Try it. Again. Where did I build this? Oh yeah, right, I wanted to deal with the animals wandering about and also some of the kayaks. And all that. Great! Can't even attack fortifications? Really? Well, it's not much use then.
Part of your heritage in this society is the opportunity to become financially independent.
There we go. The ancient customs takes a lot of buildings and replaces them. Combining the bonuses, adding a few new ones, and making it so they only have to build one building in order to deal with in order to get through all of that. It's part of the reason why heritage is so important. Stargazing. And ceremony, I guess? Oh, falconry can be a bit interesting. Can we get an outrigger here? I want to go through at least the undiscovered island, some of the unexplored islands. With the one that can't exactly get negative results. And the outrigger is perfect for exploring. Seagull is much, much rarer than the other options. Well, at least insofar as me getting to it in time. So, I'm gonna have to spend a turn on that tile anyway, so there's no point trying to avoid it. Aha! Ooh, nice. I have not gotten a barn owl yet? Well, that should fix that. There's already a Bengal tiger here. That's straight up in my turn. Oh, that has 6 moving cost. Oh. Great. Oh no, there's another city down here. When did that spawn? Well, if it has 2 population, then I'm gonna shift focus down to that. But I need information. Carib, and it's only 1. Which 2 units? Oh, they've got... No, that's mine.
multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Stargazing is an old thing. For sure older than 10,000 years old. But there must eventually come a point where findings are recorded somehow. And I believe that's what the tech symbolizes. Okay. Oh, so I can also now build enclosures straight up. Boxing kangaroo. Okay, let's get those. Okay, Grammaticus, Stargazer's Hut. Also market scales in order to bring down crime. Oh, there was a canoe that came in. Focus on self-repair. Supio. Right, as to what the enclosures do, I think there's still one left that I haven't obtained here. Yeah. They give +1 happiness and 3 culture, but with scientific method, well, okay. Previously they gave 5 science, now they give +1% science, which is eventually more powerful, but give it time. It'll do some good stuff. Hey, there's a straight up barbarian here. It's a locust swarm. Where? When were you here? Can I still upgrade? No, only if it has movement points still. Becoming extra good at the aero barrage still isn't enough. The annoying thing is that when a unit is directly on the tile in front, it becomes more difficult to actually select the city that you're looking at. Okay, plus 3, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. 6. Yeah, okay. I think that's overall better. Ah, so I don't need the... Okay. Oh, so the War Galley can barrage. Hey, that's useful. Still, having it bombard that city will give me time to bring this outrigger here in order to ensure that it doesn't die from an ambush of some kind. There we go. Let's earn some XP. I can get this one here later, perhaps. Top priority is to get the war galley over to there. Or at least get into a position where I can send the war galley there without it being a problem. Okay, they've got another stone spearman there. I'm not very happy about it, but not much I can do about it right now.
A man can learn all of an opponent's weaknesses on that board.
Oh, are they talking about Thud? I mean, it's going postal, so probably. That's just a raft. It's not dangerous in the slightest. Yeah, bombards become vicious later. Bombards become pretty vicious later. They're strong. Eventually. At the very least, they're a great way to weaken the units without risking any of your own. Though admittedly, I don't have much of a reason to attack Goth. Right now, this is just keeping a situation contained until I'm actually ready to deal with it. For some reason, I was able to just go right over it. Oh, I guess the Outriggers can just ignore all terrain costs. Isn't that what they do? Arrow Barrage. Missed. Of course. Completely avoid the tile in between. I also wanted you to deal with. Ooh! Some experience. Greatly appreciated, I must admit. Yes, the thunderstorm sounds are part of the music. I actually don't think I have anything that can build a canine down there. Canine enclosure, I mean. $93 food to save them. Yep. Tuna. Okay, I'll be able to collect it in return. Definitely shouldn't go within 1 tile of the city. Um, I won't say they will, because the AI does odd things at times. But I do believe it would be extremely likely for them to try and attack it. Just wish I could deal more damage to them than at most 10% of their hit points. That's 12 turns worth of gold. I mean, gold isn't really that valuable right now, except as don't don't let this value go too low or you'll face consequences. You know, that kind of number.
Ritual and ceremony in their due times kept the world under the sky and the stars in their courses. It was astonishing what ritual and ceremony could do.
Oh, pyramids. That is also a very interesting story. Rodent. Do I have a rodent enclosure? Requires taxon rodentia. Can that be auto-built? I don't even have a tail for it. The ability to build that tail right now. Doesn't appear. Civilopedia, tell me. Requires tail, beaver, or tail capybara. Uh-huh. Guess I can leave you to wait. Sure, I'll find a copy power up then. There's a black bear moving about, so I want to be careful about setting any units down there. Should start upgrading the stuff there, though. Fox dance. Ooh. I also need to refresh the marble quarry too. That's also something that needs to be done. I already have a bird sitting here, so... Okay, so I can build remains. Yeah, I think the remains would just be more valuable. On the other hand, the tail goes to every city. Fine. Remains it is. Okay, I already have a marsupial enclosure over there. Have that avoid putting itself into the reefs. Generally tends to be a good idea. That sadly eats up all the movement of the galley unit, but I can repair elsewhere. It rarely is a massive problem. An issue? Yes. I'm not even entirely certain how that works, but sure. There we go, a pheasant. I'm not sure if that one's new or not, but birds are hard to reach early on. They move fast and almost all of them flee. Yeah, I haven't had a pheasant yet. I'm just waiting for a turn where both of them actually hit the arrow bombard. Whoa! And the one on top still is a full health Atalatalist. Hooray! Quarry? Range bombard, range bombard. Uh, I just hope I end up building up enough damage to properly start whittling down their hit points. Okay, at the very least the Stone Spearman hasn't immediately healed all the damage taken. That's progress. Does seem the same as still true. They do seem to be the main targets for damage. And you can in fact destroy a unit via bombarding. It is possible. It's just that most of the usually the ones that are effective in bombarding have a damage limit. They can only deal so much damage. So artillery units. But that's what artillery units are supposed to do. They're supposed to soften up all the stacks. All the units that are stacking up inside of, say, a city. That is their very purpose. Okay, so they have double movement in coast and in reef. That still is 1.5 though. So. I haven't subdued a sun bear yet. What? Well, that was news to me. Oh, I stumbled upon iron. Ah, nice. Well, that's a reason to work towards iron working. Which, by the way, is actually surprisingly easy. There are several cultures that have actually went ahead and skipped bronze or even copper and gone straight to iron. Well, okay, I'm not sure about the copper, but definitely the bronze.
A satisfactory hobby must be in a large degree useless, inefficient, laborious, or relevant. All in all, falconry is the perfect hobby.
I'm leery about copper working. Why? Because it lowers the effectiveness of the stone toolmaker. However, as I move along, I get access to stuff like plumbing, no, hydraulic mining, which is one of those things that buffs the mining camp. But in the meantime, I can focus on getting other technologies while I build up my science base to make that portion as easy of a transition as possible. So let's get some salt set up. Maybe go for a bit of sculpture. Piracy I can just ignore, it's not actually helpful. Okay, well, got busted. I believe that's an agroforce. Yep, okay. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Instant construction. That is a scary number of troops, and I can't actually fight that effectively. So, let's hope the Orca doesn't decide to just wipe that off the map. Because it very well could if it really wanted to. And the birds scatter. Of course, they go to the mountain. Oh joy, it retreated. They all missed. Lovely. And there's an obsidian axeman wandering about. Good, it didn't fall. Seriously? Okay, heal and hope that those animals move into a position where I can actually take them down. Because it provides me experience and all some other good stuff. That's just scary all you want. Trying to give myself a great spy. Completely missed. Oh, I haven't caught Gariel yet. Okay. Don't have Blitz. That's also available with Sea Hunter 4. Just like how it is with the land equivalent. You had less than 1 strength. How did you manage to retreat? I had not captured a Haas Eagle before? Huh. Huh. But apparently they're a prehistoric bird. At least explains the name. Wait, is that a flamingo? The tendency for animals to retreat greatly annoys me. Oh, crime's actually fine in the city. Wow. I'm mildly surprised. At least the 75 to 7% defense bonus and the... Okay, so it's probably okay? I give it a better than 50% chance of survival. All things considered, it is not bad. Okay, one of the Atalantalis is reasonably damaged. Ooh, Tails of Dolphin. Sea animals are a lot harder to get the tails for multiple reasons. Land is just a lot easier to work with, honestly. Dolphins are not fish. Where did it go? Asian elephant subdued. 159 production is still a lot. Probably too much for this. Yeah, it's easily too much for the city to handle. So some of that's going to get converted. That's it there. Toucan doing there. Oh. I can't upgrade any further like that. I wonder if that increases. Might improve bombard damage. Maybe. Probably not though. Why are you having Supri over there? Elephant herd?
The only rock we eat. Salt has shaped civilization from the very beginning.
It's very important. Somehow managed to subdue that. Copy subdued. There's a small croc. Done and dusted. A beaver? Hmm. That's a rodent. At least it's considered a rodent. Missed. Missed. Okay. Thanks, game. Exotic herbivore. Funny enough, horses count as an exotic herbivore. I mean, yeah, they're... Well, I don't know. All in all, it's a bit odd to consider them exotic. Oh, there. One of them hit. Nice. Still really bad odds. And still not enough reason to actually attack the city. I'm gonna wait. I mean, I do actually have more strength than the Orca. That's actually the case. But there's a lot going on there, and yeah. Ooh, that's a good hit. But they didn't even hit the Atlatalists. It's the Stone Maceman and Spearman. It's the 2 to 4 first strikes that are causing all the damage. Plus 10 armor versus throwing. Likely to cause a... Hmm. No. I'm just gonna work on slightly whittling them down up until I can confirm to the degree that I want it to be confirmed. Oh look, cool. Squash. But it's much easier to update it from there. As well as, you know, less of a risk of a croc attack. Jeez, the number of bears. There's a camel there. There we go. All archers get combat 1. Nice, I guess. God, Blitz is so good. Okay, seed camp. It is. Yeah, I think I'll stop for the moment around here. It's actually a lot of animals in this area, so I probably should focus on sending my troops that way, the hunters. So, ignore the fact that I'm actually still playing. Okay, I can't use that for falconry. Wallaby! Things are coming along nicely. I'm trying to avoid any of the text that weaken the stone toolmaker. So basically any of the metalworking stuff. Yeah, these 3 techs all lower the effects by 1. And while they're going to come in with so many new things, well, to put it succinctly, these buildings require access to the metals. And while I definitely have access to lead, I kinda don't have access to copper. I, if I have to, I will build a tower, a fortification structure in order to obtain access to the resource, like how it was automatically done with prime timber, over which I'm still somewhat annoyed because the cities won't take the tile. Still weird how Honolulu won't take this tile across the river. But that's realistic plus only the past 100 years of culture count. That's how they mesh together, apparently. It is tough to establish any degree of control. I mean, normally, it is still normal to have patchwork borders in the ancient era, but not this patchwork. I'm going to have to start building up settlers again. I do fairly consistently forget to do that. But it will be done. Don't worry about it. I may need to start settling cities in areas that don't have fresh water. That's fine. I do also want to eventually start looking over here. Camels, spices, diamonds. Some nice stuff over there. But yeah. I think I'd say this is good for now. Ethiopia, despite being like second most advanced, still hasn't gotten out of the prehistoric era. I'm currently researching mysticism, which is close to the end. And I do know they have megalith construction, so they're probably trying to get to sedentary lifestyle. Thing is, I've already have like half, okay, maybe not half the techs. 2/5 sounds about right. 20%, let's say. Not 20%, 40%. Somewhere between a third and 2/5. Especially if we ignore all the religious texts I'm going to avoid anyway. Another fox. But yeah, stuff's going pretty well. Yeah, I really don't have much to say. See you again next time. Until then, bye.